I'm going to roll.
All right, and we're back. So last time you guys found out that you guys were on Antar 4. You met the Godel people. You had a lovely encounter with a Godel named Hubert, which is the most Star Wars name that there's ever been. You guys found yourself in the wet spot, Cantina, where you met Jeg Tao, who offered to help you guys out with your ship and also kind of help Bes'Trouf with his face injury. However, he needed you guys to go down into his mines where he has recently lost several workers. And that was when Bran thought it was a great idea to go check out his ship where she set off the alarm. There are guns at Stee's head, and Fum Fu is now in between a bunch of hostile Godels. And what?
Are these Godels tall enough to point guns at my head?
Well, I mean, these are blaster rifles.
Oh, so they're real long, just like...
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like, or whatever, like they're like at an angle or whatever. And Bran is like standing on the catwalk ramp of the ship, just kind of like
a fucking Steve Urkeling, like, did I know?
And Jag just left you guys with a pretty menacing kind of thing by saying he doesn't like it when people touch his things, and that is where we are. So he just thudded the ground, and he's looking at Steve, and he's like, "So, are we gonna have a problem?"
Listen, Boss Jag, she's young. It's a really nice ship. I'm sure she's just infatuated with it. No problems. We'll do what you need us to do. No issues at all.
I find it extraordinarily convenient that I was talking about my very nice ship and how your ship is broken. And then my ship's alarm is going off and your friends just chilling on my ramp. It's pretty convenient.
Bran kind of like frantically like waves while running down the ramp, like it's not what it's not what it looks like. It's not what it looks like. And makes her way back over to where everybody else is.
Okay, so you probably like
very apologetically in.
You kind of bust in probably, and there's like the three Godels who are like standing by the door, and they kind of go, oh, you know, like kind of get like bowled over
kinda
a little bit.
Them a little bit.
So now you're back inside.
Hey, I'm so sorry, man. I did overhear you talking about your ship, and I'm you know, kind of a shippy shiphead. I just had to kind of go take a peek at it, and I do apologize. I didn't mean to set off the alarm. Of course, I didn't mean to do that. I was just, you know, scoping it out. It looks great, man. I like the paint job. Can I do I'm going to roll for that because that was really bad.
Yeah.
Discipline would not be appropriate.
No. This is
would survival be?
No. This is a charm. This is a charm right here.
Can I do coercion instead of charm?
You're not really coercing him into like, believe me or whatever. You're like,
but my coercion roll is so much better than my charm roll.
I know, but you came in like,
right.
It's okay, guys.
It's fine, guys. Don't worry about
let's
it.
go. It's going to be 3 because he's a little peeved.
Okay, so 1 yellow, 2 green.
3 purple.
Oh, God, why? I'm sorry, Goat Man. Hey.
Success.
I did a good.
Okay. So he kind of he stares at you for a bit.
I'm just grinning
in that
back
whole
at
like
him.
thing, and then he's like, "So you're a shiphead too, huh?"
Yes, card carrying, my dude.
He got.
I pull out my card to show him. I pull out my card out of my satchel to show him, and kind of like sneak him a glance of the what is the fruit that I have?
Kumli.
I kind of like not totally purposefully, but kind of purposely like let him see that I'm holding.
Show him the goods.
Yeah, showing him the goods and my card that says I'm a shippy head.
He's gonna be like, oh, and he pulls out his card and is like has like a joined like suitor. He's like, I'm older than you,
Yeah,
so
we do a secret handshake real quick.
Something
got
somewhere
it.
your hands like look like a ship and you guys like,
I'm like, ooh, yeah.
or whatever, like, or whatever. and then he waves off, and the two guys who are holding blasters at Steve's head and the ones that were at the door kind of look at Mason, kind of relax a little bit. And he's like, okay, all right, well, I can, as one shiphead to another. It's really hard to not say shithead in that.
I didn't realize I was setting us up for failure.
He's like, to another, it's okay. I can understand. She's a beautiful ship. She's brand new, spanking nice. Just, you just want to... You just want to take her and you
Spank
just...
it. I do want to spank it, sir.
Yes, because we're the same.
That's the terminology. Yeah, it's a spankable
Steve
ship.
is over here just like, the fuck is going on?
As the pilot, like, who spanks a ship? He was like, all right, okay, I'll let this one slide. If you want to touch it next time, you just have to ask. You just always ask before you touch.
I know. That's actually a written rule that I failed to go by. I apologize.
Yeah, it's all right. I understand. So like I was saying before, I could help you guys out. I'll help the bleeding guy up front even. But I'm gonna need you guys to help me out with my mind.
Steve absolutely says, yeah, we got that, Boss Jag. We'll get it handled.
He's like, all right, cool. And he pulls out like a communicator and pulls out, punches some buttons, and he's just like, hey, Jimmy. Jimmy, I'm gonna need you. I'm gonna need you to take care of this guy here. Yeah. Yep. Yes. No. Okay. He's like, all right, if you go outside, a couple buildings down, you're going to meet my friend, Jim Coy.
Gesundheit, says
And he'll take care of, he's a doctor. He'll take care of your guy here. And when you're done with that, come back here to the wet spot, and my boys will take you in the speeder to the mine. All right? We need to do it pretty quickly because I'm pretty sure if it gets dark, it's going to be really hard to get you back from the mines. So it's a little, it's just a little thing we got here. So Jim will, he'll help you just go on down the line there. All right? He's like,
all right.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
So Steve's gonna speed walk over to Bes'Trouf and let him know, hey, Bestie, we got a doctor that's gonna try and fix you up here. I'm gonna help you on down the road to him. Hang tight.
Thank you, Steve. While we're doing that, what was all the commotion?
So our shifty-fingered friend here sure looked like she was trying to make off with that real nice brand new ship over there. Fortunately, she's a shippy shiphead.
Yes.
And managed to play it off real cool. So let's get you fixed up, and then we'll figure out what we need to do next.
Sounds good. Thank you.
You're welcome, Bestie.
Fum is still staring at this guy.
Okay, Brand goes back
move.
and like
I can't move.
and like gently grabs Fum, like kind of taps her on the shoulder. He's like, all right, we're gonna go get that other guy fixed up.
I like
Are you
walk
coming?
backwards, still staring at him. Just like
Okay, Brand just like gently lifts her up and just walks with her with her arms outstretched out of the
I'll
bar.
allow it.
all right, so you guys are heading down the block. All right, so you guys head down. There's a smaller building that's kind of got like a big open like storefront. There's no real door. It's kind of really just like 4 posts, a back wall, and a roof. And there is another Godel there, and he's got like he's wearing a face mask, and he's even got like things covering his horns or whatever. And he's actually working on like another Godel, like he's like resetting his leg. And he's like, all right, I'm gonna need you to think about the happiest thing you've ever thought of. Think about it right now. And the goat was like, my mom, and the or whatever, and like just gets his leg like put in his, and the Godel in the mask is like pats him on the leg that he just said, and he's like, you just give it another like a couple hours, and you can walk and you can work. He'll be fine. It's all right. And then he like literally like picks him up and like stands him up, and the Godel just has legs set. It's like, oh, but it still gonna hurt. It still hurts a lot. He's like, it's fine. This is your physical therapy. So you just start walking, and it will get better. And if it doesn't, you'll come back. And the Godel starts like limp dragging his leg, and he's like, I don't think it's gonna get better. And he looks up and he sees all you guys, and he's like, pulls down his mask. And he's like, oh, are you guys the ones Jag just called about?
Steve pipes up and goes, Jimmy, yeah, Boss Jag just called you. This guy here's our buddy Bes'Trouf. He's a little worse for the wear. Boss Jag said you'd fix us up.
He like points at you and he's like, hey, so only my friends call me Jimmy. You can call me Dr. Jim.
You got it, Doc.
He just looks at you for a long time and he's like, all right, okay. And he walks up first to Fum Fu and he starts like looking. He's like, well, I don't see any damage. And then his eyes get real big and he's like, oh my God. You don't have a nose or a mouth. And he looks at Brandon Steve and he's like, you didn't tell me. He didn't say anything about this total reconstructive face surgery. I can't make a mouth.
I'm gonna like touch my face, like I don't have a nose.
Doctor, this is the wrong faceless horror. It's this one. Steve motions to his bestie that's hanging off his shoulder here.
You're like, oh, okay. The bleeding guy. Okay, all right. And he's gonna kind of gruffly like take Bes'Trouf's hand, and lead you over to like a chair. It's way too small for you, but he's gonna kind of like force you down because you don't really know where it is. So you're kind of like you're sitting in like a preschool chair essentially. And he even goes and gets like a little rolly stool and then stands on it and has a crank, and he like cranks it and it's like it lifts him up like like a airlift, like the reverse, like being at the barbershop, like like makes him taller instead of you. And he like gets he immediately goes for your face, and then he like stops. He's like he pulls up his mask and he's like, all right, I need you to tell me, do you have any pain?
It's not as bad as it was, but it's searing all the way across my face.
Well, you don't have eyeballs, so that is a thing. He's like, all right, and he touches where one of your eyes used to be. He's like, does that hurt?
Immensely, yes.
He's like, good, all right.
Good. I disagree, sir.
Well, it means the nerves aren't damaged. It means you can still feel. So maybe one day you can still cry.
Oh.
Bran is like moved by this. Like single tear out of the right eye, brushes it off before anyone can see.
The doctor turns around as Steve vomits, and he's like, I'm going to ask you, sir, if you cannot retain your composure in the operating room, that you remove yourself. And he points just like to the street because you're just under a four-post roof. He's like, you remove yourself, sir.
You got it, Doc.
Thank you.
I'm gonna remove myself too, and I'm just gonna be like,
I thought you were a doctor.
is there something wrong with my face?
You don't have a nose or a mouth.
But I don't need those. I'm just gonna keep like touching my face. Like, now I'm really self-conscious about it.
She's all insecure.
He's gonna turn back to Bes'Trouf, and he's going to remove the shirt bandage, and he's like, well, it looks like you tried. This really just covered up how horrible your face looks. It looks terrible. He's like, what happened to your face? Do you remember?
I don't remember much. I just kind of remember waking up like this.
He's like, okay, this is going to bring some discomfort. And he's going to start like flecking off some of the burnt skin on the edge of the wound. And then he's going to like put it in a pan, and he's going to like look at it. And he's going to be like, he's like, and he like looks back at like everybody else, and then like gets closer to just you, and is just like, I think you've been shot in the face. Do you think anyone who might be with you would shoot you in the face?
Shot in the face? I don't know. I mean, there was another person as a part of our expedition. They didn't make it. I mean, I don't think any of them could have done it.
Well, this is just classic, blaster scoring. Like, this is burnt skin from a blaster, so it looks like someone just zinged you right across, right to left. It's like you could tell because your left eye or your right eye is totally gone. Like that eyeballs don't grow back, contrary to popular belief. But it seems like your nose took the brunt of it. I can fix that. I can get you a little implant to make your nose look like a nose. But your left eye, it's kind of there, but it's never gonna work again. It's pretty much it's a dead eye. But you've definitely and he like lowers his voice more. He's like you definitely been shot in the face.
Is there any way to tell what kind of blaster it came from?
He kind of, I mean, you can't tell this, but he just kind of looks at the wound a bit more in an angle. He's like, I mean, no, it looks very close range. I mean, it's not doesn't look like you got sniped, but it doesn't look like, doesn't look like a particularly heavy weapon, but definitely it's pretty hard to tell. Most bolts from a rifle or a holdout blaster or even a little light guy would probably do this kind of damage to a face at close range.
I see. I'm not sure if I'll be able to figure out who or what did it, but what do we do? Do you think you can help me at least a little bit? Do we have to remove the eye?
Well, that's up to you. If some people keep him as an aesthetic, I'm not here to judge. But what I can do is I can clean up the skin. I can seal up where your other eye used to be. I can do some synthetic skin over the rest. You can essentially, if you want the eye removed, you can essentially be eyeless. It'll just be this weird flesh portion across the top of your face.
That's the medical term, right? Flesh portion.
He's from a small planet and he's a goat man. You're lucky that I didn't say it'll kind of be like a taint. He's like, I could do that, or I could just seal up the one thing and I can just clean up the dead eye. So he's like, I'll just go ahead and tell you, the dead eye scares the people. So if that's what you're into, we can do that. He's like, but I can give you just think of it like an eye mask, but made of skin. He's like, unfortunately, I won't be able to make it look like your skin, so it will be like brown like ours. That's the only kind of synthetic skin I have. So you will have this weird, like, it's almost as if you tanned only your eyes and they just burned away, and that'll be your eyes, or where they used to be.
Bes'Trouf will he'll say, well, why don't we do this? Why don't we clean the eye, remove the eye, and clean up the wound, and then I can just keep on a permanent bandage across my face.
Okay, you have to change it every day, and don't get it wet. And I mean, I guess don't finger your eye hole, because it'll still be.
Do you have any glass eyes?
It's like, I mean, I could make you one. It would be out of like a rock, like a kind of polished down a rock. I'm gonna do one of those.
I think that would help with my interactions with other people.
So you want just one, or you want two?
Let's do one, and then I'll keep a bandage
Brand's
over the
like
other.
3. Look fucking cool.
Okay, all right, yeah. So he sets to work. He uses like a little small like laser cutter and kind of cuts away like the burnt skin on the outside of your thing. He takes out your dead eye, and disposes of it and stuff like that. And then he's gonna spray in the synthetic skin. Essentially, it's gonna fill in. So it's not gonna be like puffy and weird. It's gonna be like, just imagine if your eyes were closed, like that kind of just sealed up or whatever. At least to seal around like the damage, right? He leaves like a socket essentially. And then are you going to put the eye in the dead eye side or the one that was just gone?
I'll put it in the dead eye side.
Okay. So, he'll arrange like an actual medical like eye patch bandage, and gives you some, to change out. They're, you decide what color they are and stuff. Black, brown, whatever you want them to be. And then He makes a few calls. He gets a polished stone, and then it gets brought there, and he like uses his laser cutter to essentially like cut in, a rudimentary like pupil like thing. And he kind of like takes the stone out and is like, and breathes on it and like wipes on his shirt a little bit, and then he's like, all right, this is gonna feel super weird, and he just like sticks it in your eye socket. And first there's like an insane amount of pain, but then when it's just like in the right spot, it's like kind of okay. You don't have an eyelid, so because that was gone. He's like, the good thing is it's a rock, so you don't have to blink. He's like, but you are gonna want to, if you go to anywhere super hot or like a desert or something, like you do not want to get sand in this. Like getting sand in your eyes is bad when you have eyes. It's worse when you have a rock eye because it's just gonna roll on back there, and don't be wanting any of that. So just be careful. He takes a step back and he's like, before you looked really bad, and he's like, now. And he kind of like tweaks your eyeball a little bit so it's kind of facing the right way. You don't look cross-eyed with your one eye. And he's like, now you look kind of scary. Actually, kind of like a space pirate, but and you just what color do you want the rock to be? It was like a highly polished rock, so it's like it can be all kinds of colors, whatever you want it to be.
Ooh.
It's your aesthetic.
Onyx black.
Okay. Ooh. So he like
edgy.
He like cut in with the laser cutter enough to like make like a faux like white part of your eye, essentially. So you have like a black pupil, essentially.
Nice.
And he like down his little like lift thing and gets off, and he's like, all right, well, I mean, this was for Jeg. He said he was helping you all out, so I'll wire him the bill, but yeah. And he looks back at the rest of the three, and then back to Bes'Trouf, and he kind of like lowers his voice again. He's like, I would definitely find out I shot you in the face, because that's awkward, and I can only fix so much of a face, so you might want to figure that out. And he hands you your force spike again, and he's like, in time, medically, you will figure out how to walk without the use of the pike or someone's help. But that's just going to take time, my friend. And he's like, oh, yeah. And he like grabs the stim pack and just like hits you in the upper thigh and like pumps you or whatever. And he's just like, and just, just to keep your energy levels up. And that's going to fully heal you wherever you're at. And he looks at the rest of you. He's like, the rest of you doing all right? Anyone need a checkup or anything?
I'm gonna like kind of raise my hand a little bit.
Yes. Can she speak? Can she?
Yes, I can speak.
Oh.
I'm gonna go up to you and just say, so you have like prosthetic noses?
I mean, I have goatal prosthetic noses.
Can I just see what it looks like?
He goes and he pulls open a drawer and there's just like different size noses of goatal noses. And he holds one up and he's like, I mean, this one looks like it's about your face size.
Is there a mirror that I can look in?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna look in the mirror. I'm gonna like hold up a couple different ones and like look to you guys. Like, does this look okay? Like,
so to describe it, it kind of looks like the poochy upper top of like a monkey's nose.
Oh no!
So it's like it's not like a nose like in a traditional sense. It's like kind of like, so it's like this weird. Yeah, there's a better one if like that. Oh. That's mostly all nose up above the mouth part.
Maybe like a mouth first instead of a nose.
Okay. I'll look to you, doctor. Do you have any mouth?
I can't make a mouth. I fix holes. I don't make them.
That's my job.
Oh no!
You know when you want to you say something and you instantly regret.
Yep. Every day of my life.
I'm just gonna like kind of to the side ask you like, well, how much is one of these noses?
And he looks down. He's like, well, I mean, I can put it on Jeg's tab. I can just say that guy's nose was beyond repair and do it that way.
While this is happening, could I like lean over to Stee and be like, does she look good? Or not.
What does it look like?
Bestie, just be glad you can't see.
I'm going to just smile and yes.
It looks great.
You look great, faceless.
You know her name now.
Oh, no, she still hasn't introduced herself.
Yeah, she is. She said her name was Von Fu to you.
Oh, she did.
Yeah.
I'm still going to call her faceless.
That's right. So how much is
He's gonna cover. He's gonna. The tab is covered if you'd like a Godel nose.
I'm just. Well, I don't like want it on there permanently. I just want to like.
You want to be able to stick like a mustache.
Removable?
Yeah.
You want to be a Mrs. Potato Head?
He's like, yeah, I'll get Jake to pay for it. Don't worry about it. And he gives you an appropriately
I want
sized
to pick out
one.
the cutest one.
Okay.
Cutest looking,
So
cleanest one.
it's a smaller one, and it fits your face, and he hands it to you, and he's like, yeah. So same thing I told that guy. Be careful if you get it wet or get it all sandy. That could be a problem.
I can just wash it off though, right? It's nothing.
Yeah, that's fine.
Well, I mean,
If you can't get it wet.
Well, I meant like don't get it like soaked. Like I don't know, like because it's a prosthetic and it's not made for her face, so it would probably just slide off.
Out of character, what is it called?
That's a Godel
nose.
nose.
Scrotal.
Now that nose.
Show meaty clackers.
I would say when you're wearing it, you're gonna get an automatic +1 success to interactions with Godels.
Okay.
Nice.
As specific as possible.
They think she's just a really pale Godel. It's just deformed and they feel bad about it? Or like what? Oh.
I mean, maybe they're like, oh, she's got one of our noses. Like,
Crossbreeding.
yeah, it's like one of those like they feel more at ease because she's got one of the.
Yeah.
She looks
Maybe
kind of
you
like
should
that.
wear one, Steve.
Probably.
All right, and he like, all right, well, I'm done. Unless and he looks at Steve and Brian is like, unless either one of you has got a problem or.
I'm good with my current nose, actually. Thank you.
That's,
I'm sorry. I'm not
he
familiar.
puts a hand to his chest. He's like, that's my brother's name.
I'm sorry.
I'm Dr. Jim.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you, Dr. Juke.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
Yes. So you guys exit.
As I get close to the door, Bes'Trouf's going to say, well, actually, Doc, when we first got here in the swamp, we ran into some clicking creatures, and they one of them hit me pretty hard. I'm still feeling some pain.
And he's like, he's like, you guys are over by the swamp. He's like, did you see? And they like, he's like, well, I apologize. He turns to, did you all see? You guys saw some Jimboos?
Yeah, I'm gonna pull out my journal that I drew.
And yeah, he's like,
This is them?
Yep, that's them. They're weird, very weird. He's like, yeah, here, and he gets you to sit back down. And he kind of like looks you over, and he's like, oh yeah. And he's like, if you had eyes, this would be much easier. But he's like, but I can tell by your swaying, you're slightly concussed. So give me a second. He like lays you down and like gets this thing that goes on the sides of your head. Kind of does these like sonic waves or whatever. And you kind of feel like you're vibrating a bit or whatever. And then he like stops and then he stands you up and then like he tries to like push you and you don't sway. You kind of hold. And he's like, all right, cool. You're good. You're covered. So just and he's like, if you get concussed in the future, a balance test is the best way to tell without eyeballs. And don't go to sleep because, for some reason you can't go to sleep when you're concussed. That's my professional medical opinion as a doctor. Don't go to sleep.
Well, thank you, doctor.
I mean, sleep normally, but when you think you're concussed.
I'll do my best. I appreciate everything you've done for us.
You're welcome. And so now you don't have that critical injury anymore.
Nice.
Boom. All right, so you guys are back out on the story 8.
I think we should head back towards Jeg since he was pretty adamant we get things done quick.
Okay. Everybody good with that?
I'm
Yep, I'll follow.
gonna put my nose on.
Bran runs over to Fumfu and grabs her nose and says, "Got your nose," and, then,
Take it back.
and like holds it over her head, like dangling it, but only for like 30 seconds. Then she's like, "Ah, here you go. I'm just fucking with you." Gives
Snatch it back and stick it back on my face.
upside down.
Okay.
It connects like not like a cybernetic thing, but like when it's on your face, like you could smell anyways, but just I don't know why, I don't know how, but I looked it up. They can smell, but like when you have it on, it does like when you go to sniff, like it does like sniffy
It
things.
does
like
the nostrils,
yeah. So and it's upside down. It's like sniffing like
your eyes.
you're like that's weird. So you guys get back. There's a land speeder and there's a Godel in the front seat and he's kind of sitting there. He's got a death stick in his mouth and he pulls it out. He's like, "So Jag told me to drive you guys. You guys ready to go to mine?"
I guess so, yeah.
Is there anything that we need? I mean, it sounds like we're in for some physical labor. Like, do you have tools for us, or do we need to go talk to Jag, or what?
He's like, "You're not mining. You're going to secure some product from the mine that we need out."
Okay.
I'm not sure if we're really fit for that. I'm gonna look at
Hey,
my little
Steve,
hand.
this was kind of your to do here,
Steve
bud.
says, "Shut up, get on the speeder, let's go."
Okay.
Okay.
Everybody go, right? So you guys get on the speeder and little Godel puts in the gear, speeds you guys off. You guys go out of the settlement, away from the swamp, like further down and away. You guys get closer to the mountains. And after, I would say, probably like a 20-minute speeder journey, you guys pull up at the mouth of this big cave. And there's a bunch of mining equipment on the outside. You see some helmets. You see some the laser picks and things like that. Mining lasers, all that kind of stuff. And the guy stops the Godel stops and he gestures. He's like, "All right, so this is what Jag wants you to do. He wants you got to get down to the 3rd level of the mine. There's some crates. I need you to get some crates out of the bottom, please, and bring them back. And once you get down there, just keep your head on a swivel, because we sent some boys down there, and they didn't come back. So,
what could be down there?
oh, all manner of. I mean, who can say? Do you like cats?
Appropriately sized one, yes.
How about cats that are as big as you, do you know what a Jimbu is?
Yes.
Yes.
It's the slimy click-clacks.
Oh yeah, yeah.
The click-
He's like, all right, so there might be a couple of cats down there that might be a little bit bigger than a Jimbu, but I mean, who can say? I mean, we don't really know where their habitat is, and we're not destroying it for illicit means. Who could say?
Is this guy armed?
He probably he's got like a little holdout blaster on his hip.
I'm gonna Steve's gonna motion to his slug thrower and go, this thing's really not good for close range. You mind if I borrow that?
Looks at it, he's like, maybe if you give me your gun or a gun. He's like, it's kind of, I gotta wait out here for you guys to come back, or if it gets dark, go home without you.
Soon
or
as
your bodies.
As soon as Steve mentions the close range thing, I'm gonna say Bes'Trouf kind of tenses up a little bit.
He's not a fan. Bran kind of rolls her eyes and says fine and tosses Steve her blaster.
Okay.
Thank you.
And
You're welcome.
the driver kind of pats his hip. He's like, that's good. I mean, I wanted to keep this one anyway, so it's all right. So, all right. So, he opens the doors. He's like,
Do we call you when we're done, or are you just gonna
I'll be here until dark. So if you don't,
till dark?
Yeah, if you don't come out, I'll drive back. So,
Well, what happens when it gets dark out?
who can say really? But
No one, especially not you, apparently.
I think you could say. I think you guys know what.
I mean, you know the cats I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, they sometimes hunt at night. I mean, we don't know.
So how much time do we have exactly?
Well, I mean, it's lunchtime.
Okay.
So
let's
you've got at
let's knock this
least
out.
several hours and a text message.
Yeah.
Oh, what was that?
I'm on.
It's not on the computer.
Yeah. What?
Oh, that was that sounded like a Facebook thing.
It did.
There's no browsers open.
I mean, a space book.
It's okay. We can eliminate this error.
So before we go in there, Steve's going to shoot glance back at this guy.
I thought you were going to shoot him. I was like,
Oh, no,
Jesus.
I'm going to see if he's paying attention to us as we go in.
No, he's kind of messing with the hollow
Does he
net
see
thing.
on
if he's
Facebook.
got... Has he got any sort of communication stuff on him?
I would say the speeder does.
The speeder does?
Yeah.
Steve's going to head back and sort of be like, hey, it seems like there's a fork up here. I'm not entirely sure which direction to go. Can you come down here and show us the right way?
He's like, I mean, okay. I mean, he like powers down the speeder and pulls out the card key to do it, stuffs it in his pocket, and then gets out. And he's kind of like a frumpy, like a Godel, so he like waddles down to the thing, and he's like, all right. He gets down to the fork. Inside, like the cave is like super dry, nothing like wet or anything like that. It's almost like kind of like not sandy, but like very like brittle and like marble dust kind of thing. You guys get down to the fork, and he's like, all right, no, you don't want to go that way. That's the collapse tunnel. He's like, you go down there. I think you cross a bridge, and then there's an elevator, and that should take you down. I mean, you could always jump, but I would not recommend. I mean, because who could say if you would survive such a fall?
I really like this guy's catchphrase, by the way. It's really good.
All right, thanks. And as he's leaving us, I'd like to shoot at him once he gets out of range, like close range.
Oofa doofa. All right, so he starts waddling back out. I would say he's at the mouth of the cave, and you're gonna have to roll.
Okay.
So I would say he's at your medium range, your perfect range.
And that's going to be an average roll?
There are consequences,
Yeah.
Dylan.
Yeah, the consequences are we get shit.
Like a speeder.
And a gun and some money. Like, come on.
All right, go ahead. His back is to you.
That is an absolute victory right
Yeah.
there.
All right, how much
pretty
damage do you
serious.
do?
There's 7 damage on the slug thrower, and I've got 2, 3, 4, 5, which puts it at a crit.
Okay, so you want to crit him?
Yeah.
Okay. So where do you shoot him specifically?
Like the back of the neck.
Okay. So you fire off your slug thrower, and it hits him. You hit him in the back of the neck, and I think it burns out like the front of his throat, so he doesn't even get a chance to like cry out. And so there's just like this like weird, like the blaster hits, you hear the impact, and there's this weird like almost like muted squeak noise, like or whatever, and then he just like face first like plops like in the front of the cave, like just a smoking hole in the back of his neck.
Steve's gonna cruise over and loot him.
Bes'Trouf's like, what was that?
Don't worry about it, Bestie.
Yeah, no, he totally shot that guy.
Yeah, Steve just shot this guy.
You shot him?
He shot him right in the back of the neck.
He had stuff I wanted.
Oh, well, I'm going to take my nose off and hide it.
The nose is coming off. It's getting fucking serious.
I hope you don't like my nose.
All right, so you find the blaster that was on his hip, which is a standard light blaster.
Bran immediately holds her hand out,
Steve tosses the original blaster back to her.
takes it, puts it back.
And you also find a bigger credit stim than you've seen before. You find about 300 on this one.
Pocket that.
And then he does have a small communicator on him.
Gonna take the communicator too.
All right.
I'm going to go over to Bes'Trouf and just like, can you believe this guy? He just killed this dude.
And then
Just because he wanted something from him. What, is he going to kill us? Did he shoot you in the face?
Bes'Trouf will say, at the doctor, he did say that my wound was caused by a blaster. It could have been him.
He just, yeah.
The indignation.
I'm gonna go over to the body and kind of feel it to see if there's any chance of him being alive. Because I guess Bes'Trouf wouldn't have really known that.
It was a kill shot, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you don't feel a pulse. Even without a xenology roll, even like you're like, no, he's dead.
Did you say that he picked up the speeder key?
No, yeah, he should have if he palmed him. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Never mind.
Sorry.
You couldn't drive anyway.
I was just gonna keep it from you.
So are we still doing the whole mine thing, or are we just going like full renegade now, guys?
I
What?
Well,
think we
I have
should
a
still do the
question.
mine thing. It
Yeah,
just
but-
got by the cat. It's fine.
He said that they go hunting at night, so wouldn't we just go when they're gone?
You don't think the boss might notice that his buddy is fucking dead?
We could just say he let us
got
in
by
there.
the cat.
Yeah.
There are people that disappeared already.
All right, I'm into it. Yeah, let's
he
go.
was willing to show us the way in. Oh, it was a gruesome death.
The cat had a blaster.
Who can say?
Who can say? He got
can
eaten.
say?
He'll never know.
That's his own
He's
words,
gonna get
man. Who
eaten.
can say?
Right, exactly.
Bes'Trouf says, if that's our plan, we may want to do something with the body.
I like the way you think, bestie.
Oh my gosh.
Getting dark.
So Steve's gonna throw the Godel corpse over his shoulder, and as we go into the cave, I'll dump it somewhere.
Okay.
Feed it to a cat.
Exactly, it's bait.
So there is like you kind of get to like an open kind of like chasm-y area where like you can see that there are levels going down and it gets darker as you go. Like it's kind of like the mine hole, kind of thing. And so I guess you just throw them off down there, and it's a while before you hear like a plap.
I want to shout down to it. I'm sorry.
I'm not.
To you guys' right is a bridge that covers like there's a part of like the rock that kind of like crumbled away and went down into the mine shaft, and then there's this mechanical bridge that's halfway extended from the side you guys are on to the other side. It is stuck. It's not fully extended to the other side.
So Goat Boy said 3rd level, right?
I believe so.
He did.
Do you guys want to go to
He
3rd level?
said, cross the bridge, elevator down to the 3rd level, get some crates.
Yeah, but who can say? Right?
But who can say? I can say.
He can't say because he's dead.
That is correct,
Right.
Fumfu.
He's dead. You killed him. I just can't
He
believe
had
this.
stuff I wanted.
Okay, so
I
do
got
we have
bills to
to? Do we have to take the bridge down?
No, so the bridge is like stopping you from continuing on to like there are stairs on the other side of the bridge, which I've neglected to say, so my bad. There's stairs on the other side of the bridge, but like it's halfway extended, so there's like there's a gap between where the bridge ends and the other side.
Can I do like perception to see if there's like any type of mechanical or lever
We gotta
type
jump.
thing to do, or we?
Or you could jump, yeah.
Too far to jump?
It's not too far to jump. I mean, it depends on what you roll.
First up.
I did it.
Okay. You see that there is on the other side of the bridge.
Ah, of course.
On the other side, there is a console. That looks like it's essentially showing like an error code. On the other side of the bridge, but it's out of range of you guys touching it
Okay.
with your hands.
Bran turns to Fumfu, says, "Hey, little bit. You were the one that was good with the computer, right?
Yeah.
Cool. How is your balance?
Oh, look at this. I'm going to do like a handstand.
All right. Bran says that's great. That's really good. I'm gonna throw you over there to the computer, and then you're gonna drop the bridge so the rest of us can skedaddle on across there.
Steve sort of goes, hey, wait a minute. Let's both throw her.
Oh my God! Yes.
Maximum range.
I'm going to look up at Bes'Trouf like, help me. But I'm not saying anything, so you're right.
Yeah, I'm just aimlessly looking the other way.
Like, maybe we should talk about this, guys. Like, I'm sure there's something else we do.
Nah, we're doing this.
This sounds like the
Bes'Trouf
best
says,
plan.
is there anything we could throw at it instead of her?
I think Fumfu is the best thing because she can do the computer good.
I suppose I could shoot the console, but I don't want to break it because if we break it, we'll all have to jump.
No, it's okay. I'll do it.
Fumfu, are you sure?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
All right. So is she rolling or are we
I
rolling?
think we should
No,
make athletics
is this a
rolls. Is that right?
yeah, you guys are doing athletics rolls. So what's gonna happen is
Oh, sorry, Fumfu.
That's
So
why I piped
if
up.
you guys are throwing together, we're gonna do actually instead of combined check. Well, I'll let you guys decide. You can hear it this way. So you can either roll, one of you roll, and then the other contributes via 2 boost die, or you both roll a combined check, but the difficulty will be higher.
Do I not
This is what I roll
get a say?
for my
Okay,
athletics.
this is what I
Could
Do you want to do the
Could
boost die?
Bes'Trouf hope
Yeah, that's fine.
really hard that she makes it?
Hey,
He can hope with all of his
Go
heart.
for
You've got move. She's a
With
she's
that?
a child.
Oh,
She's child sized.
that's true. You gave us the dice back, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
It's your call if you think you
If
can
you would
do
like
it,
to, yes, you
Steve.
can.
Fly our little.
Well, I mean, they have to convey that
Yeah,
to
yeah,
you.
you have to
right
tell
now.
us.
Right now, you're like,
well, because he doesn't know he can do that.
Well,
so
no,
what I'm
I
saying
know,
is
yeah.
like in mid jump, like he's sitting there like really like focusing and hoping that she does make it,
Okay.
potentially having an effect on the outcome.
okay, yeah, no, yeah, definitely. So, well, we have to see whether or not they,
So we're
Okay.
gonna do a single check with bonus check.
with bonus dice.
Yes.
you want to do that?
Which one
Yeah.
is that? Just these?
I'm doing the single check with my
And then-
athletics,
So you will roll the 2 boost dice.
and we're rolling against an average athletics. Is that right?
No, it's going to be hard because you're throwing.
3.
We're
Yeah.
throwing
a body, my body.
It's a small
We're throwing our
body. It's
friend.
Fine.
Okay.
This is to see if you get her across. We'll do it. You'll do your own roll, Am, to figure out how you land.
Fly, you fool. Okay.
We did not succeed.
What?
Oh no!
Oh my god.
Take a picture of that.
How many?
death.
How many fails?
2 total fails after all the math comes out.
Damn. All right. So
Oh, please.
hold on. So explain to me how you guys are throwing her.
I'm gonna grab an arm and a leg and do the
Yeah, we're like
shot put twirl kind of thing is what we're thinking.
How is Bran helping you then? If you're twirling her,
She's cheering.
you can do it.
I'm holding both of his shoulders and spinning him just to give him like he's on a computer chair that doesn't exist, just to
right.
get him a little bit more chutzpah
So-
behind it.
What's going through Funfu's head as she's getting shot putted before she's launched?
Is my nose falling out of my pocket? What else? I'm gonna die.
Okay. So you release. She arcs through the air almost comically. I would say like you're almost like the way they let go of you, you kind of cartwheel a little bit like
Yeah. Yes.
Bes'Trouf. You hear this kerfuffle and hear
You hear
the
Bran go, shit.
you hear Funfu and it's a slow down time moment and you're hoping really hard.
It's a single dark side.
So how do you feel about that?
I don't know. How did we get here?
No, I mean like you can choose not to do it. Like basically like rolling the anti of your side until I discover oppositely. Like I know you can essentially take it back and not do it if you don't want to take the hit of conflict or add in a little bit of a malicious twist to what's happening because you're not just like taking a conflict point like whatever, like it would be kind of like as opposed to like a nice light side force push, like she's not gonna make it and like whoosh, like oh or whatever, like now it'll be like she's not gonna make it, boom. You know, like so
I got stim packs I've been waiting to use, dog. Like,
it's up to you.
I'm gonna say in character he's not gonna do it
All right, that's fine because you would also have to
because
use
he
a
also
light.
doesn't know that he can.
Yeah, that's true.
So
Do I get any kind of like
So what I'm gonna let
my body?
yes, it's your body. You're in the air. I think Funfu's intelligent enough to know that at the apex of the
I'm
throw,
not gonna make it.
this is not
Can I tuck
probably.
and roll?
I'll let you make a athletics check of your own. That'll be average because you're in the
Okay.
air. Of how your edge grabbing is. Are you an edge lord?
God, I hope so.
2.
Yep, 2. Maybe you'll triumph.
She fails.
Oh no! So you're twirling through the air. You're at the apex of the throw. Rather, you were like, "This is not going to happen. I've got to help myself." So you turn yourself in midair and you you have no momentum, only the momentum that's given to you. So you
Yeah.
just try to be like, or whatever with your arms out. And then you come
Yeah.
screaming into the edge of the side and you hit it like chest, face, arms on the edge, like blam or whatever. You hold, but you're going to take minus your soak, like, or not including your soak. You're going to take, no, I'm not looking. You're going to take 4 points of damage.
Okay.
But don't apply any soak. So just take it straight. And you are not going to be able to get up unless somebody helps you. You're pretty much
there.
stunned a little bit.
And I'm hanging on to a cliff that's on the other side.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Pieces of
I
shit.
can make that.
You didn't exactly say no.
I don't think we really gave her a chance to. We just kind of did it.
It's okay.
Brand shoots a look at her partner in crime here, E, and is like, we got to get over there. We got to help her out.
Steve sort of lets out a deep sigh and goes, "Fine." So I'm gonna make an athletics check to see if I can just straight jump the thing.
Fuck it up this
All right.
time.
All right. It'll be average because you can have time to run and jump, and you're only doing your own body.
Hooray! There's nothing.
Like nothing.
It's not. It's like
I think you.
there is nothing.
There's nothing. So you come down the bridge and you get right at the edge and you just like skid to a stop and are just like, nah.
Okay, Brand's gonna go try and help little Fumfu out.
Okay. Same roll.
Oh God.
Remember,
Sorry.
you got light side points if you like to use them.
What is that?
Yeah, I'm gonna use one of those.
Okay. So
seems fair.
there's destiny
You can
points.
use it as
So now you turn one of your greens into an additional yellow.
All right, got you, little guy.
Success.
All right.
Yay.
So
Finally.
how do you jump across? I mean,
Like-
Steve's in the way a little bit. So
I go a little bit further to the right of
Okay.
where Steve is to make sure that if I have the same outcome and smash into the side of it, I will not be smashing directly into Fumfu.
it'd be so sad.
So we just got like a ladder situation going on. And I back up and just haul ass and jump across.
Okay, like Spider-Man jump, like
Like a little bit of a swan dive to like resulting in like a little tuck and roll.
okay.
And kind of like just fucking stick the landing with both
Ta-da.
hands up. And then immediately run over to Fumfu and hoist.
Yeah, you
hoist
pull her up. So you're now on
And I
solid
pat her on the
ground
head and
firmly.
say,
You are covered in like dusty dirt, like head to midsection.
I blow on
Your
her
nose
face
is
a little
still
bit.
in your hat.
Okay.
You still got your nose, I promise.
I immediately also hand her a stim pack because I actually do feel bad.
I'm gonna snatch it out of your hand.
And I pat her on
gonna-
the head again and say,
you're
I'm
gonna-
sorry, little guy.
Yeah, I'll
Jab yourself.
stick it.
All right, so that gets you 5 hit points back. So remember, the next time you take a stim pack, if it's in the same day, it'll be down to 4. Because it like stim
I
packs.
only needed 4.
Yeah.
I know, but it gives you 5 the first time regardless.
Oh, okay.
So like you go
You
back
get
up to
what you
full, but the next time you would take one, like it lessens its effect over the course of the day. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
We'll get to it later, I'm sure. All right, so you stab yourself. I guess Bes'Trouf is just staying in there.
Oh, shit. I forgot about
Alone.
Bes'Trouf's going to say, Steve, did she make it? What's happening?
Everything went great. We tossed her. She landed, and now
it didn't sound
Brand's over there.
It didn't sound like it went too well.
Oh, you got any reason to not believe what I'm saying?
Well, I heard her hit. the
No,
wall.
I'm
I can say.
I'm just screwing with you. We missed bad. She was hanging, and Bran got over there and got her straightened out.
See, must we be so reckless?
Yeah.
But why?
That's just how I roll.
Okay, well, how do we get across?
We threw the little faceless one because Fumfu said she was good with computers.
Okay, well, we should encourage her to make this happen so we can go with them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fumfu, how's it going over there?
Don't talk to me! I'm gonna go over to the computer.
All right. It's a pretty simple computer, so with a average computer's check, you can tinker away at it.
Okay. I'm gonna turn to Bran and say, "This is really fucked up," and I'm gonna have to roll. But I'm trying to persuade that it's like broken,
Oh, you're trying. You're trying to lie.
and like it's so broken that like only I can fix it.
Okay. So, well, they want you to fix it though. I'm confused. Okay.
She's
All
being
right.
withholding.
Okay. Yes. All right. Well, then roll. Yes.
What do I roll? Perception. No, not perception.
There's no persuasion.
Coercion? Deception. Deception's a thing.
Yeah, it's deception because you're not
All
telling
right.
the truth entirely.
3 green.
And what's your role for what is it? This would be discipline.
Oh, that's going to be 3 green.
All right, so you'll roll 3 purples against that.
Okay.
That's what represents the.
Good luck, Funky.
Oh no.
You fail.
Oh, I failed. Shit.
Okay, so you're like,
All right. Well, this is super hard.
Fumfu, I watched you like fix a ship while it was on fire.
Can't let me try.
You can't bullshit a bullshitter.
Okay.
Fix the thing. I'm sorry I threw you. Everyone makes mistakes.
Steve shouts, I'm not.
So I'll start working on it.
okay, so average computer check.
But before, okay, I guess I'll roll first.
Okay.
But I want to do something before I make the bridge go,
Okay.
and before I totally fix it.
Okay. Do it then.
Do it.
What are you trying to do?
Oh, I'm gonna yell over to to these assholes, and I'm gonna say that I can fix the bridge, but you have to promise me something, Steve, and you.
Me?
Yes.
All right.
Well, mostly just you, Steve. Can you do that?
It depends on what it is, Fumfu.
Well, you just killed that guy randomly, and I'm totally not okay with that. You can't just kill people.
All right. Steve says he will not kill anyone. Steve says Steve will not kill anyone.
Gave him the old switcheroo there.
I mean, I feel like Funfu would be like pleased with that. Like,
Yeah.
You've changed. You've made him a changed man.
All right.
you changed Steve's heart.
So it's what?
It's average, so just 2.
2. But what am I wrong?
Computers.
Sorry. 3 green.
Computadoras.
I failed.
You failed.
Wait. No, I broke even.
So
Because
nothing.
there's 3 of those.
All right, so
nothing.
you tinker away, and then nothing happens regardless. Like there's no spark, nothing gets fixed, nothing powers down. But you just kind of tinker away, and you like do like the final like keystroke thing, and you're like there, and nothing happens.
You lied, Steve.
About what?
I don't know, but the computer's not working. I feel like if you would have told the truth, this would have worked. I know you lied to me.
Listen, if I had lied to you, it wouldn't have done anything to that computer or your ability to fix it. This is on you.
I'm just going to turn around and not look at you anymore.
So Bran looks over at Stee and Bes'Trouf. Bismuth over there. Bismuth.
Pepto-Bismuth.
Yeah.
Bismarck.
Hey, Stee, do you think that, I mean, I could make the jump. Do you think that you could make the jump with your bestie over there?
I don't
you know?
I don't think that I could make it with him. No. And I'd be concerned that he would make it on his own.
And he's not going to be the best lookout is the thing. So I don't want to necessarily leave him over there. But I think I'll a little bit over here fumped up the computer.
I'll tell you what. We can split the party here. You guys can go get the crates. We'll stay as lookouts.
No. Fuck that. You can go get yourself killed.
Well, the thing is,
Bes'Trouf will pipe up and say, Stee, walk over here, and he'll kind of take a few steps back from the edge of the platform and say, count the footsteps from here to the edge, and just tell me what it is, and I'll try to make the jump.
It's 7, bestie.
7. All right, I'm going to roll.
All right.
I'm going to try to do it.
It's athletics.
And then also, I'm going to
Bran is going to go to
one of those die.
this one.
The white ones. so I can move myself.
Bran is going to kind of preemptively like get close to the edge and kind of
Yeah,
hunker
yeah.
down to grab
him.
him in case he goofs.
Okay.
Same.
Do I have how many purple?
So it would be. It's gonna be 4.
God.
You blind, bruh.
I'm seeing a double failure over there.
Yep. Go ahead and give me the.
Give me the
2 white.
All right. Okay. So did you fail on the roll?
This one, yes.
Okay. So I think you start running, or what? I don't know. Maybe you're not running. Would you run?
Yes.
Like, okay. I think you start running, and then the bridge is thinner than you think. Like you kind of got started off at an angle, right? You didn't square your shoulders right, and so I think you like slip a bit off of one side a little bit, and that's when you're like, oh god, and like you overcorrect, and so you start to tumble forward, like you're just gonna plummet into the depths, and then at the absolute last second, you kind of like you realize like, oh no, like this is
I've made
this
a
is
huge
it, and you have like the
mistake.
flashes of like your kid, and like that they're gonna grow up without you, and that all these things that like they're gonna have a hard life, like just this very quick like flash or whatever, and like you only have like one like solace moment of being like, well, maybe I'll get to see my wife again, and then there's another bit that's like, no, like not yet, and then it's that not yet moment where there is just this unheard of like blast, like propulsion, like you just throw your hands out, and like Steve thinks this, you're gonna like you're trying to reach out to grab like the edge of the thing. You just throw your hands out, and you reflexively like force push / blast yourself like over the gap, over where Bran is, and you kind of land in like an unceremonious heap near Fum Fu, but very much alive, very much not at the bottom of my mind, and you have no idea what the hell just happened.
And do I know that I landed near Fum Fu? Or do you react?
I'd react. I'd be like, holy shit!
Yeah, dude, that was awesome.
I don't. What happened? I didn't think
You
that was
just
going
jumped
so
over
well.
a fucking pit!
Oh, Sko, cool, man. We should have had him do this. Why the hell did we throw Fum Fu?
He's blind.
That is a fair point, Steve.
Okay, how do we get Steve over here?
He could fucking
He
jump.
can do it
Yeah,
himself.
fuck it. If the blind guy can make it, I sure can.
Such hubris.
Yeah, Steve, use that negative energy to just
I will.
fly. You ass.
I mean, if the blind guy can.
God, who hurt you?
I will float with such hate.
Is this another average, or is it different?
Super hard.
I think it should be really hard because he's being a real
Yeah,
dick.
yeah. Can I
it's
give him like a hard point?
No.
Fum Fu stands on the edge to push him in.
I'm, like,
As soon as he
blocking
lands,
it.
like,
She's
fuck
like,
you.
she's like a hockey player in the goal, just like, no, no, no.
It's average.
Ha!
Hey, it's a success. No, it's not. That's a failure.
Yeah.
So I
missed the one.
think you do, like, you're just like, I've got it. Well, if the blind guy can do it, I can do it. And you're just like, you don't
you
even
just
try to
trip?
do run prep. You just try to like vertically leap, like, fuck yeah, or whatever. And you just go, and you don't make it like half the distance. And Bran's still at the edge. So would you like to make an athletics roll to see if you
Yeah, I
grab him
guess so.
by the hand?
If you asked me that, I would have said
I know.
no.
Fum Fu would have absolutely.
Well, you're
said
not
no.
at the edge. I know she was there ready for.
What am I rolling against? Average?
It'll be hard because he's coming down and he's a heavy boy.
Oh, all right, a thick boy. So 3.
Or actually, you know what? Let's go to 2,
Okay.
and I'm gonna flip a destiny
I'm very
point,
athletic.
and we're gonna make one of the purples red.
Oh!
Have our first red of the game.
Good luck.
It's not me.
No, I know.
You guys might lose the only person that can actually deal damage in the group.
Well,
But that's absolutely a failure.
oh no.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Oh, yeah. We
So
can find you at the bottom of the pit.
We gotta go to the third
you-
level anyway.
You don't make the jump. You make it like about halfway. You are starting to plummet. You're reaching out as best you can. Bran reaches out. You guys do make arms. Like you make it. The problem is use a heavy boy.
If I get pulled in this fucking pit,
Oh no.
And with
Trying to be nice.
and with a concerned yelp from Bran, you get pulled up and over the side and down into the inky blackness of the mine shaft with Stee. And all that are left on the current level is Bes'Trouf in his slump and Fumfu standing, I don't know, happy, aghast? What are you?
I am just shocked. I'm like, oh my gosh. I wanted that to happen, but I didn't actually want it to happen.
And there is like Bran's like yelp like echoes a bit in the
Yeah,
mine, like
I'm
from the
sad.
whatever. And so that's all that you hear. So
Funfu, what happened? Where did they go? They didn't fall, did they?
Yeah, they thought, yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, I'm just going to like stare down the pit.
How deep is it?
Oh, I can't even see that.
there's a thud.
Oh,
That sounded like it was really far.
And then there's a bunch of you hear some weird noises coming from where they fell, like a bunch of like,
cats.
and then out of the where they fell, a whole bunch of Vinox just come bursting out like in a big old swarm. And they come straight for the two of you.
What?
Fumfu, you're the only person who can see this. So what do you?
I'll jump back and like scamper up to the wall. I guess as far away.
Do you
from the
say
hole.
anything?
Oh shit! There's bats. Hide under your blanket. You're
I don't have that anymore. I gave it to Steve.
fuck him. That's what you get.
The bats
I'm gonna. Should we jump down there with them?
What? Fuck no! I'm gonna like grab you. I'll like grab you and pull you away from the hole or something.
You're gonna tug because you're tiny.
Okay. Yes, I'll tug you towards the
stairs?
away from the bats.
Okay, the Vinox.
What are they Vinox?
The Vinox, like they're
bats.
Yeah, well, no, but I'm sure. So you're just gonna run. You got any last?
Well, like, do they stop coming up?
No, I mean like
They're
it's like
attacking
it's
us?
like a big old swarm, and they're coming straight for the two of you.
Funfu, do you see the elevator?
Can yes. No.
You see stairs.
I see stairs.
We should go that way. We should get away
Yes,
from these things.
yes, we're just going. We're going.
Okay,
We're
so you guys head for the stairs, and there's like kind of like bars or whatever that help, like not like a cell, but like there's a door essentially.
Okay,
You
so
open the
close
door, and you slam the door, and all the Minox are like like up against the thing, but they're like not stopped and stunned by that. They're like they have weird like noodly necks. I got something with noodle on it, and they're
let's
like
go, let's go.
stick it through, and they're all like. Like getting through you guys, and you guys are in the stairwell, and then the lights in the stairwell go off. Oh my! And that's where we're gonna leave it this time.
Oh God.